Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is your host Avery LR32 here. Just want to make a quick announcement before I start this little discussion slash deck profile-ish video. Real quick, I have 99 subs at the present moment of me making this video, so if you could do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed already, click that annotation on the screen. Well, if there's an annotation, a link in the description to my channel. Just go and subscribe. All you gotta do is just click my name. Just click my name, go and subscribe. It's even right there next to my name. It takes maybe half a second. If you guys could subscribe, that would be fantastic. But anyways, you guys, I have been doing researching deep within the bowels of this Yu-Gi-Oh world, and I have come across the Electrum OTK, and it is actually extremely different compared to the Dive Bomber FTK, which that one's an FTK. Of course, this one is kind of an FTK slash OTK, and it seems to be somewhat very consistent. Now, the reason why the Thunder Dragons are in here is because the deck I was looking at was from 2008, which was the Toon Cannon Soldier build. So he's not necessarily running Thunder Dragon, but it helps thin out the deck to where you're able to get to your main guys, Elemental Heroes, Avion, Percentrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman, which we all know makes Electrum. And then you also, the main card you're going to be using is Electrum, Gaia, and Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav Max. And these in here were also in the deck profile that I found, but they're pretty much just useless. I mean, you can throw them in here because, you know, you can make Avion, Percentrix, make the classic Jade Yugi Flame Wingman, which I think would be kind of cool. Just be like at a locals or something, just go Flame Wingman, just freak out your opponent. It'd be so cool. And he's actually pretty broken too, you know. As soon as he pops a monster by battle, not only do they take the damage from that battle, but then they also take the damage equal to that monster's attack. This is kind of what you're going to be running most likely in the extra deck, and you just abuse Gustav Max. So I want to go through the combo right here. Because of the duration of the article, it's going to be shortened, and I can only record up to 15 minutes at screencastmac.com, so it will be shortened definitely. So the 4 materials needed to make Electrum is going to be the main materials. So just remember, Avion, Percentrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman is going to be referred to as the main materials to make Electrum. Electrum is referred to as Electrum, Gustav Max, and Gaia. So you start your turn with Chain Material face down and Fusion Gate in your hand. Let's just say you open that up, okay? And so you made your move, and you go activate Fusion Gate, you set a Chain Material, and that was it. Your opponent made their move, you draw, you activate Fusion Gate, then you chain slash activate, you chain, which means you're just going to activate the Chain Material. You fusion summon the Electrum A, so this is your first Electrum, by banishing the main materials from your deck or anywhere except the banish zone. Electrum A will use its effect to return the banished cards, which are your main materials, back to the main deck. Then you banish those materials again for Electrum B by banishing main materials from the main deck. Electrum B's effect will return the banished cards back to the main deck. Then you exceed summon Gustav Max using both your Electrums, and then it doesn't really matter which Electrum you detach, but for the sake of example, we're going to detach Electrum A from Gustav Max. It's going to deal 2,000 damage, and it puts Electrum A in the grave. And this time there is Gustav Max with Electrum B attached on the field and Electrum A in the grave, and the opponent's lost 2,000 life points. Then you fusion summon Gaia, and what Gaia does is, he's a hero monster plus an earth monster. He can't be special summoned except by fusion summon. When he's fusion summoned, select one face-up monster your opponent controls till the end of this turn. That monster's attack is halved, and this card gains the same amount of attack. In case you guys didn't know that. So, then you fusion summon Gaia A using Electrum A and Gustav Max. Yes, I'm aware that Electrum B is still on Gustav Max. It's okay, because you can only use Gustav Max effect once per turn. So now Electrum B is in grave. You fusion summon Gaia B using Electrum B and Gaia A. So your Gaia on board is going to be banished, and your Electrum in grave will be banished to play out your second Gaia. Then you fusion summon into your third Electrum, Electrum C, by banishing the main materials from your main deck again. Electrum C's effect is going to return your main materials back to the main deck, and Gaia A, and Electrum A and B, and Gustav Max to the extra deck. Then you go back in and fusion summon Electrum A by banishing the main materials from your deck again. Electrum A's effect returns banished cards or your main materials back to the main deck. You exceed summon Gustav Max using Electrums A and C. Detach one Electrum, or in this case Electrum A, from Gustav Max. Deals 2,000 and places Electrum A in grave. So this time there's a Gustav Max with Electrum C attached, Gaia B on board, and Electrum A in the grave, and the opponent's lost 4,000 life points. So essentially, this combo is exactly like Dive Bomber FTK. You're just recycling your Dive Bombers and going through all three of your Electrums. And that seems to be what this is, except you're going through your Gaias, and you keep on recycling your one Gustav Max. So then you Fusion Summon Gaia A using Electrum A and Gustav Max. Electrum C is now in grave. Fusion Summon Gaia C using Electrum C and Gaia A. Fusion Summon Electrum B by banishing the main materials from the main deck. Electrum B's effect returns banished cards and main materials to the main deck in Gaia A, and Electrums A and C and Gustav Max to the extra deck. You Fusion Summon Gaia A using Gaia B and Gaia C. You Fusion Summon Electrum A by banishing the main materials from your deck, so now you've gotten back your main materials and both your Gaias back to the extra deck. And Gustav Max was already in there from the previous Electrum. You Exceed some back into Gustav Max using Electrums A and B. You detach Electrum A from Gustav Max, deals 2,000, and now they've taken 6,000 damage, and now you're sitting back on the board again with Gustav Max with Electrum B and Gaia A on board, and Electrum A in the grave. So you're almost back at square one, except you have a Gaia on board and Electrum in grave. Then you Fusion Summon Gaia B using Electrum A and Gustav Max. Electrum B is placed in the grave. You Fusion Summon Gaia C using Electrum B and Gaia B. Fusion Summon Electrum C by banishing main materials from the main deck. Electrum C's effect returns banished cards, so now you get back your main materials and you get your Gaia B and Electrums A and B and Gustav Max back to the extra deck. Fusion Summon Gaia B using Gaia A and Gaia C. Fusion Summon Electrum A by banishing main materials from the main deck. Electrum's A effect returns banished cards, your main materials, and Gaia A and C to the extra deck. C Summon Gustav Max, you detach, that's exactly 8,000 on board. Well, 8,000 per game. So now you're sitting with a Gustav Max, Electrum C attached, Gaia B on board, and Electrum A in grave, and the opponent's lost 8,000 life points. If the opponent has life points still because they raise their life point total, continue this until they lose them all. So it's a never-ending loop. So, yeah. I really don't know what to say about this deck, you guys. I apologize if you couldn't really hear me because I can tell that, like, the green bar on screencastmac.com isn't really moving. But it also has, you know, cards that you may want to run. I prefer 3 Gustav Max just because you never know what your opponent's going to do. Even if they Valor it doesn't matter, but just you never know. So I think that is pretty much it for this video, you guys. I will have a deck profile up once I'm able to find it, and I think that is it for this video. You could use Thunder Dragons, you know, to thin out the deck, and then of course Gustav Max and these 3 bad boys. Just, oh my god. And really, the only thing expensive is going to probably be Gustav Max, which is maybe 10. And then you're paying, what, $1 for Gaia, 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents. And Electrum's even cheaper. So, I am definitely building this deck. I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally building this. This is awesome. I'm going to be feeling like Jaden Yugi using this thing. It's going to be awesome. Alright. I think that's it for this video, and please subscribe if you have not already, and stay on my channel. Even set it as your home page on your computer so that you're able to see all the latest and greatest deck profiles from the YCS, and keep up to date with all my other videos. Enjoy!